So standing up in the middle of your mat, staying with your feet about hip width apart. Let's take some breaths. Inhale, reach the arms up, big stretch, and then you can just kind of reach opposite arm, just stretching up. And come to center to stretch up. Maybe take a little tiny back bend here, and then let your arms come all the way down. Roll the shoulders. Deep breaths, roll the shoulders the other way. Check in with your body today, see how you're feeling. So remember, to always take care of yourself. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs. All right. And we're gonna put our hands right up on our waist, and we're gonna just lift one heel at a time. So you're gonna lift and lower, lift and lower. Try to keep your hips from moving. Just let that knee move, lift the heel up. So you don't want to get those sassy hips going. You just want to try to hold them still, and let the movement just come from your legs, your feet. So articulating your feet there on the mat. Just warming up your lower legs, your calf muscles, your quadriceps, and then all the way up into the hips. Okay, we're going to make it a little faster. So try again not to get those hips moving too much from side to side. Just try to control it as you move a little faster. We'll do 3 and 2 and 1. And go ahead and just drop your heels down. And we'll go into marching. So we'll start slow and then we'll speed up the marching. So slow marching, picking up one leg, setting it down. Getting your balance. Remembering to breathe. And then we'll go a little bit faster. And you can add arms at any time. You want to start moving arms. And then we'll get a little faster. And then a little faster. And faster. And then just go into whatever speed. So if you want to march faster than this, you can, or stay right at this speed. Those arms pumping. Get that blood flowing through the veins. Heart rate goes up. Take some deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. Got a couple more. And then kind of find stillness. Roll the shoulders back, stand up tall. Take a deep breath in and out of your nose. Okay, and then we're going to start out with stepping. So you're going to do step taps. So step out wide, tap. And we're going to turn these into step kick. So you're going to be kicking back, and then you're going to be pushing your arms back at the same time. And we'll go back to step taps. And then we're going to do high knees. So you can put your arms in front. Put your arms on top of each other and bring knees all the way up, high as you can get them. And you can stay whatever speed. So you like it slow, you can speed it up a little. And then from here, we're going to go into arms up, and we're going to be crossing elbow to knee. So still keep those knees up high. Try to bring your elbow towards the knee, opposite elbow to opposite knee. Last 2. Last one of these. All right, so next one we're going to do is going to be skiers. So we're going to do arms up and one leg back, bring it in. And you'll alternate, arms up, leg back. And you can speed it up. So just tapping your foot back there, bring it back in. 3, and 2, and 1. Okay. And then just stand one side of your mat. We're going to do toe taps. So We're gonna go up and down your mat, long ways, and you're just gonna tap, and then you'll move. Tap, tap, step, tap, tap, step. We're doing it slow, but we will be speeding this up a little bit. Tap, tap, and step, and then we'll go back. And then you're gonna move a little faster. So you're gonna tap, each time you tap, you're gonna step and move. So once you get that coordination down, just keep going, back and forth, tapping your toes. So I'm just tapping the floor on the edge of my mat. Again. Just little toe taps. Good, one more, down and back. And then back. Okay, that was that. All right, we're gonna just do a balance, standing balance. So pick a leg, doesn't matter which one, we're gonna do both. All right, so shift your weight, pick up your leg, hold it there. You can take your arms up if you want to. Hold it for 3, 2, 1, set it down, switch. Standing balance on the other leg. Hold it up. And 3, 2, 1, set it down, do one more each side. Find your balance, hold it. Make it more challenging, you can move the leg, circle the ankle. Set it down, and last one. Hold it up there, circle. Deep breaths, and set it down. All right, grab your bands. Oh, there's my pen. Just wondering where it went. Okay. Bring your band behind your upper back. So you want to get it way up there under the arms. And you're going to be holding it with your elbows bent. So your elbows will be bent probably about 90 degrees. And make sure the band is nice and taut here, that it's not relaxed in any way. So we're going to be using that to work our chest muscles. So we'll start out with just kind of alternating arms forward. So palms are facing down. You can make a little fist if you want. And you're going to push and return. Push, return. Just warming up the chest. We'll do one more each side, and then we're going to do them together. So we're going to take our arms out a little wider. You're going to push and return. So I want you to really pay attention, not letting the arms kind of slingshot back. I want you to control it as you bring the elbows back, so that you're working the muscle in both directions. Okay, last one. And release it down. And then hold your arms out a little bit, and we're going to bring our arms nice and wide, bring your fingertips to touch. These are like chest flies, or I call this like a tree. Keep the elbows slightly bent. Four more of these. Last two. And last one. Good. Release that. And then we're going to stand at the very front of your mat. We're going to put the band underneath of your left foot. So holding it down there, we'll step back with the right. Okay, so you're going to put a little bend in there, and we're going to start to hinge forward from the hips. We're going to work our triceps. Okay, so bend the elbows, and you're going to pull the arms back. So they're straight and bend. Straighten and bend. Just keep your gaze down at the floor. Keep breathing. Feel the backs of your arms. And straighten. Good. Last 3. And 2. And 1. Good. Step forward. Switch your feet. Put them underneath your right foot this time. And then step back with your left foot. And then we're going to do biceps. So you're going to be holding the band in your fist. Your thumbs are going to be on top. And we're going to be pulling upwards with that and releasing. So bending and straightening. And then just keep going. We'll do about 6 more of those. And then as you finish up that last one, go ahead and step forward and take your band off. Set your band down, pick up your weights. And then we're gonna do lower body with some shoulders. Right, roll the shoulders back, and we'll step our feet out a little bit wider. Turn your toes out, we'll go into plie squat. So the squat part of it, you're gonna bend and straighten. And then the arms, we're gonna do upright rows. So you're gonna be pulling the weights up towards your chin, leading with the elbows. We'll put those two movements together. So you'll squat first, and then as you straighten your legs, you're gonna bend your elbows. Let the arms come down as you bend. Good, 8 more of these. Check your breath, make sure you're breathing. At any point that the shoulders start to feel fatigued, you just put your weights down and just use no weights. Light weights, like 2 to 3 pounds, no more than that. Okay, 2 more. And then this last one, pull it up. And then release your arms down. And then we're gonna go into squats. So regular squats, you're just gonna reach your hips back. This will be your squat, feet are gonna be parallel. And then we're gonna be doing overhead presses. You're gonna just prep your arms here at the shoulders, bend your knees, and as you straighten, you're gonna stretch your arms up over your head. So bend and stretch. And again, using no weights is perfectly fine with this one as well. And you can breathe, so your breath pattern can be exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Last 2. And 1, stretch it up and just let those arms come all the way down, roll the shoulders. Lunges are next. We're going to do step back lunges, and we're going to alternate sides, and we'll do hammer curls with the weights. So hammer curls, you're just going to hold your weights so that your weights kind of pointing up and down toward the floor. So we'll step back, right foot, you'll bend your knee, you're going to bend your elbows, straighten your leg, and step forward. Switch. So we're just alternating legs. Take it slow, so you can really get that full lunge in the back as you bend your knee and straighten it. Awareness of your posture here. Alternate 2 more times. And 1 more each side. And then we're going to set our weights down. And we're just going to do a little cardio and more march out. So again, you can do your marches slow or fast. And then you can stay with the marching, and I'll show you another variation of a cardio exercise. So if you remember how to do your skipping rope, you can pretend you have a jump rope and you can just skip. So I just do little toe taps here and then have the arms moving like you're skipping rope. So either one's fine. You can play with it, see which one you like better. If you like marching better, stay with that. If you like skipping rope, you can do that. It's a little more higher level cardiovascular. And then we're going to go ahead and stop that. Just do side to side toe taps. Okay, and then grab your stability ball. And then spread your legs out wide. We're going to do some wood choppers. Right, so wood choppers, you're going to start the ball over your left shoulder, bend your knees as much as you need to, tap the floor over to the right. Inhale and exhale. Whenever you need to feel like the breath supports you. So just remember to breathe. Exhale, last one on this side, then we'll switch. So prepping the ball over the right shoulder and then taking it over to the outside of the left foot. Okay, last two. And last one. Good. Release the ball, have a seat on top of it. We're going to work our core. Okay, so just make sure your ball is in the very center of your mat so that if you move back and forth, it's not going to come onto the floor. We're going to start sitting tall. Put your hands across your chest. Great, so take a breath in. We're going to exhale. Tuck your tailbone under so that the ball will move forward. And you're going to feel your lower abdominals starting to turn on a little bit there. And that's what you want. And then you're going to begin sitting up tall again. So we're going to exhale and inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Keep going like that. Two more of these. And then sit up nice and tall. We are going to use our weights. So we're going to sit up and we're going to grab the weights. Pull the shoulders back. And we're hinging forward from the hips. We're going to work our upper backs, our posture muscles. You're going to have the weights just hanging here underneath your legs. And then look between your feet and float the arms out. And bring them back down. Use your breath to support it. So maybe an inhale feels good, or maybe an exhale. Feel your shoulder blades, upper back. Good, 3 more of these. Very effective. You feel them pretty quickly back there. Last one, up, down, set your weights down. And we're going to go back to working the abs. I'm just going to change a little bit. So we're still going to have our arms crossed. And we're going to tuck under. And this time we're going to have you turn to the right, center, left, center, and sit up tall. And if that bothers you in any way, just stay with the regular ones where you're staying neutral, right? If you don't want to do the rotation. So you're going to go one side to the other side, back to center, sit tall. Exhale, turn, turn, center, and sit up. Last one. And sit up nice and tall. Pick up your weights again. So now we're going to take our arms up. So you're going to have your palms facing towards the ceiling. You can do this with no weights, or I would do 1 or 2, nothing more than that. So we're going to let the arms float up about shoulder height, and then you're going to bend your elbows, pull them in. Okay, so start with them down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, float, exhale. So this works your anterior shoulders, so the front parts of your shoulders. Just did the back one, and we're doing the front part. Inhale, float. Exhale, pull it in. So you'll use your back muscles as you pull those weights in by your side. And you're still sitting tall. Awareness of your posture while you're doing this work. Good, we got one more. Float and pull in. And then we're going to do rows. So we're going to stand up on your ball. And you can hold 2 weights in one hand, right? So you're going to use both because your back muscles are rather, strong and big. So you want to make sure you have enough weight. Put one hand on your ball, and the other one's going to be holding your weights. Okay, so we're going to be pulling up and releasing down. So I don't want you to speed through this because I want you to really put your mind to the muscle, feel the muscles on your back working. Exhale to pull up. Inhale, release the arm down straight. We got 4 more. We're going to do pulses when we finish the 4. 2, and then this one you're going to hold it up there, and we're going to just little tiny pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up, switch the weights over to your other hand, put your other one hand on the ball, one hand on the weights, and then standing up, just press your feet down before, we're going to pull up and release down. Pull up and down. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Really feel those muscles working in your back. Good. Last 3 and 2. And this one you're holding it up there, and we're going to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, stand up, set your weights down. And then we're going to come on to the ball to do some push-ups. Now we're all nice and warm. So you're going to come down to your knees. We're going to bring the ball in. And you can always do your push-ups at the wall if you don't want to come down to the floor or come onto your belly on the ball. All right, so we're going to walk our hands over the ball. So your belly is going to be on it. And then put your hands, as you straighten out your legs, go ahead and just crawl forward on your mat so that your legs will be off the floor and your shoulders are going to be right over the top of your wrists. Okay, so lengthen the spine, reach all the way through your toes, and I want you to keep your belly nice and strong. So lift your navel, take a breath, and then we're going to slowly bend the elbows, lower your chest toward the floor, and then push the floor away. If you're doing it at the wall, you're going to let your chest move towards the wall and then push the wall away. That's 2. 3. So do really good ones. So if you can't do 10, just do as many as you can in good form. Get as close as you can to the floor without falling off. Right, so keep that control. The ball should not be moving at all. Your only movement is going to be your chest moving towards the floor and your elbows moving, right, to initiate that movement of the chest. Okay, as you finish up your 10 repetitions, you're going to slowly come back. So put your feet on the floor, walk your hands back, let your knees come to the floor, and we're going to take a stretch. You're going to reach your arms forward over that ball. If you're using the wall, you're going to walk your feet back away from the wall and take a stretch like downward facing dog pose at the wall. Good, feel the stretch, breathe in and out. And then pull the ball back in. We're going to do round 2 of your push-ups. Right, so carefully walk yourself back till your feet are off the floor. Check your alignment. Your wrists are right underneath the shoulders. Reach long through the legs, lifting up that lower belly, and go ahead and do 10 more. Press the floor away. Nice and slow and controlled. Feel the muscles working in your chest and your arms. You'll feel this in your triceps. And once you finish 10 repetitions, you're going to go into that stretch again that we just did. So carefully walk yourself back, foot under the wall of the wall, and then stretch your body out. Take some breaths in and out of your nose. Maybe if you're still using your hands on the wall, go ahead and sway a little bit to the right and to the left. And then go ahead and set your ball aside and grab your band. Okay, so if you have your band, go ahead and sit down on the floor. You can sit down on the floor with a prop too, so don't feel like you can't prop yourself. If you want to sit up on a blanket or a block, you can do that. All right? So stretch your legs out. We're going to do some more rowing. So you're going to put the band around your feet and extend your legs out. If you keep your knees bent, that's fine. That really helps you to sit tall. And then you're going to walk your hands down until your arms are straight. So your arms will be straight and the band is going to be taut as we begin. So lengthen all the way through the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, we're going to pull the elbows back so that they bend and they're right just past your side body. And then straighten your arms all the way out. So you'll exhale and inhale. Pay attention to your posture here because we are still working those postural muscles in the back. So you should feel those shoulder blades coming towards each other. So just making space in your spine each time you move. I want you lengthening all the way up through the crown of your head. Okay, we'll do 2 more of these seated rows, and then we're going to do some rotation. So arms are going to be straight. You're going to hold your right arm straight, and we're going to bend the left elbow. So as you bend your left elbow, keep it high, so don't let it pull down. You want it lifted, and you're going to do the rotation. You're going to keep your eyes on that elbow crease, and then come back to center, both arms straight. We're going to alternate sides. So moving to the other side. So left arm stays straight as you turn on the right, and back to center, and left again. You're exhaling or inhaling to come back to center. Exhaling to turn, inhaling center. So feel the crown of your head reaching upwards, for your tailbone, sitting bones on the ground. Belly is nice and strong. You're working your oblique muscles. Good. Last one, each side. Finishing up on that right side. And then sitting up tall. We're going to keep the band around our feet. We're going to make our way down to the floor. So go ahead and bend your knees. And then put your feet flat on the floor. Go ahead and lower yourself down to your back. All right. Bring your knees into your chest. Keep the band around your feet. And then we're going to extend the legs up towards the sky. So you're going to be pulling down. Your elbows and upper arms will be on the floor. And your feet are going to be separated a few inches apart, so about hip width. But we're going to be pulsing out. So I want you to pull out and let them come back to hip width. Out and in. So you'll be working your outer hip muscles, outer leg muscles. That's where I want you to feel it. So pulse and pulse and pulse. We'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then bring your heels together, bring your toes apart. Move the band up so it's more on your toes and toe mounds. And then move your legs about 45 degrees away. We're going to bend the knees, keep your heels glued together. The band is probably going to shift a little bit. If it flops off, you can also wrap it around your feet. So bend and push away. Bend your knees. So these are called froggies. And my band's starting to roll up, so I'm just going to straighten out a little bit and keep your heels together, do the best that you can. So your knees are going to come apart as you bend your knees, and they're going to come together as you straighten them. Working those inner thighs. Do 3, and 2, and the last one. Bend your knees, take your band off. Set your band aside, feet come down to the ground. There you go. Stretch those arms nice and long by your side. Feel your feet, lift your toes, press your toes down into the floor, lift your heels, and then drop your heels. And I want you to feel the connection of your whole foot on the ground. You're going to come up into bridge. So we're lifting up. All right, push the arms down, press the feet down. Soften your front ribs in a little so you can feel it more work in your core. Take some deep breaths in and out of your nose. Keep pressing the shoulders down to the floor. Okay, from here, we're going to work one leg at a time. So I want you to stand really strong into your right foot, and then see if you can lift your left heel. Perhaps maybe lift the toes, see if you can get your foot to float. Set your toes down, set your heel down, stay up. We're going to go to the other side. Stand strong in your left leg, lift your heel. Hold it there if you can. Lift your toes so your whole foot floats off the floor. Hold it. Toes down, heel down. And now we're going to drop from the top of your spine first and ending with the tailbone. So everything kind of settles into the ground. So stretch your legs out. Inhale your arms above your head. Lengthen out your entire body here. Take a big stretch. And then just pull your right knee in to your chest. With that stretch in your back. Rock a little bit to the right and to the left. We're going to slowly roll onto your left side. See how we did that? So you're going to keep this leg bent, but you're going to put it on the floor either behind or in front of your bottom leg. and you're supporting your head. So we're going to be lifting and lowering the bottom leg, working the inner thigh. So it doesn't matter wherever feels comfortable for that top leg, just to be out of the way. So it can be in the front, it can be in the back. And you're just lifting and lowering, flexing and pointing your foot. So we'll flex it, we'll point it, alternating that, working inner thighs, breathing in and out. You should start to feel fatigued, right? And as soon as it starts to feel like, oh, it's really starting to fatigue a lot, I want you to relax it down on the floor. And then send your top leg on top of it and flex both of your feet like you're standing up on the floor. Lift up the top leg and we're going to pulse it up and up and up. So it doesn't move like full range of motion. It's just moving a little bit up and a little bit down. So about 4 inches in each direction, maybe even less. Up and down, up and down. And then we're going to move it forward, down, back, up. Forward, down, back, up. And I'll just smooth that out and make a circle with that. So your foot's making a circle. And it's a small one, not a big one. And then we're going to make the same side circle going the other direction. Up, back, down, forward. And yes, you'll be feeling this in your outer hip. Okay, go ahead and relax that leg down on the floor. We're going to roll onto your back. Okay, and then once you come to your back, put your arms down, we're going to lift it back up into bridge. So peel off the floor, come back to your bridge. All right, so again, just check your body, feet flat, arms flat, soften ribs, and we're going to alternate, dropping one hip at a time. So your left hip's going to lower towards the floor, and you're going to peel it back up. Right hip's going to lower towards the floor, peel it back up. So we're going to alternate sides. One hip drops, then the other hip drops. Always coming back to center. So feel that the hip that stays up has to stay really strong and engaged until the other one meets it. And we'll do one more each side. And lower your hips down, stretch your legs out, reach your arms up over your head, take a big stretch. Left knee pulls into your chest, hug it in. And then you're going to roll onto your right side. So as you come to your right side, I'm just going to flip around here. Then you're going to have your knee bent, either in front or behind. So you're going to work that bottom leg, lifting and lowering. Just let your head relax. Support your head with your other hand, or you can put a prop under it. So lifting and lowering, working your inner thigh, breathing in and out. And you can add flex and point with your foot. Alternating that, flexing, pointing, lifting, lowering, breathing, staying strong. Notice your whole upper body should be very still. The only thing that's moving is your leg. All right, and then as soon as you start to feel really fatigued in the inner thigh, see if you can hold it up there for about 10 seconds. And then relax it down, and then extending that top leg, flexing both of your feet. We're going to lift up just a little higher than hip height. We're going to move up a few inches, down a few inches. So the range of motion is small. Everything is very controlled. Your belly stays strong. Okay, a few more of these. You'll start to feel this in your outer hip. And then when you do, that's when you're going to start to move into those circles. Okay, so we're going to pause. And we're going to take our leg forward, down, back, up. Forward, down, back, up. Smooth it out, make some small circles. Okay, and go the other way. Forward, up, back, down. Circling around. Last two. And go ahead and relax it, tap it out. Okay, we're going to roll over to your stomach, right? If you don't want to come to your stomach, you can go up into the wall. And we're just going to do one back bend here. So we're going to be stacking up your hands, resting your forehead, extending out through the legs. All right, so you're supporting your head. So if you're at the wall, you can just put your forehead on your hands. Press down into your arms. We're going to fold the head away from your hands. Let your ribs, bottom ribs, almost come off the floor, and then you're going to lower your head back down to the floor. 2 more of these. Head floats away from the hands and lowers back down. Head floats up, lowers down, and then keep your head down. And we're going to do alternating leg lifts. So keep the legs straight, just lifting one at a time off the floor, nice and long. If you're at the wall, you're going to be just doing heel lifts at the wall. And one more each side. And now we're going to go back to the upper body. So we're going to keep our head glued onto our hands. So you're lifting up your head and your arms at the same time. So this is a little more challenging. Press down into your hips and feet, lift and lower. So use your breath here to help you. So maybe inhale to lift, exhale to lower. 2 more. So try not to muscle through this, just really focus on using your back muscles. And then go ahead and relax. I know it's kind of like humbling here. Sometimes it's really difficult to do that one. So even if you got an inch off the floor, congratulate yourself. Now we're going to do both legs at the same time. So you're going to bring your toes together, heels together, and then pretend you have one leg back there like a mermaid. Just float both legs up and both legs down. Both legs up, both legs down. Both legs up and down. One more. Lift, lower. Now bend your knees, keep your feet together, flex your feet, and we're going to do 3 kicks towards your glutes. So your heels are going to move towards your glutes. You're going to kick, 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 and then you're going to sweep your arms back and lift your chest as you extend your legs. Good, lower everything down. Press your hands underneath your shoulders as come up. Take a child's pose. Knees go wide, big toes touch, and then just stretch back here. Support your head, sway your hips. So just relaxing a couple of breaths, just take some deep breaths into your belly in your child's pose. And then we're going to come up to tabletop. Hands and knees, or you can use your chair for support. And we're going to do cat and cow, rounding, and opening the chest. Just neutralizing your spine after doing those back bends. Okay, last one. And let's go ahead and either come up through downward facing dog pose or step 1 foot forward, then the other. We're going to come up to standing. Roll yourself up, press down into your feet, and then come all the way up to standing. Okay, so we're going to stretch out. So we'll start with those arms. So float both your arms up over your head. We'll bend one elbow. Float back, get a nice little stretch in your triceps. Inhale, arms high, and then switch. Reach both arms up, and then we'll take a side bend over. Come all the way up and over to the other side. Come back to center, stretching out the legs. So we'll start with the hamstrings. So step your right foot forward, step out with the left, and then you're going to pull your toes off the floor, press into your heel, and then stretch your hips back. Back leg will bend, and then feel the stretch up the back of your leg. And then we'll do toe taps. So you're going to tap, lift, lift, and then turn your foot to the outside, turn it to the inside. So you're doing internal, external rotation. Set your foot down, step forward. Good. From here, go ahead and roll down. Touch the floor, press into your feet, roll yourself up. And then switch legs. Right foot steps back. And then we're pushing into the left heel. Bend your right knee, hands are going to be onto your waist. Hips reaching back, and you're stretching out the hamstring. Tap the toes 3 times. Tap, lift, and then go ahead and do internal, external rotation. So you're keeping the heel down, just moving the toes to the inside and outside. Set the toes down, step forward. Another roll down, chin to chest. Bend your knees, touch the floor. Press into your feet, roll yourself up. Roll the shoulders back. I'm going to stretch those quadriceps. You can use your chair, you can use your wall. You can back yourself up and put your foot on the wall. You can also lift your foot up, hold your ankle, and then just drop your knee down, and you can still use a support if you need to, or you can do this in the middle of the room. Okay, so push your hips forward, feel the stretch down the front of your leg. Deep breaths. Go ahead and release it, shake it out. Switch sides, strong on his leg, pull your leg up. Either put it on the floor or the chair, or you can hold it. Go ahead and lengthen your spine, hips come forward, soften down. Your quadriceps get really tight, hips flexors get really tight, great stretch to do on a daily basis, especially if you've been sitting a lot. A lot of tension here. Go ahead and release it, shake out both your legs. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, arms come down. This time, heels are lifting. Inhale, lift the heels. Keep stretching, reaching. Lower your heels. Push your arms down. One more in. And exhale, arms down. Stretch out the shoulders. We're going to cross it in front. Drop the shoulder. Make your arms wide. Switch. Arms reach high. Exhale, we're going to do one final roll down, chin to chest. Roll yourself down. Feel your entire spine. Press into your feet, slowly come up. Stacking up your vertebrae, one on top of the other. Roll the shoulders back. All right, thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful day, and hope to see you guys soon.